no, 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 no. Can you picture me in it? What the heck is this doing in here? So this is my favourite from the collection. There's hilariously tiny patch pockets. Don't look like they'd fit anything. It's so cute. Hi friends, it's Amy and I've got my cup of tea at the ready because Butterick have just dropped their new sewing pattern collection. It's time for my totally unfiltered first reactions. We'll see what makes us swoon, what surprises us, and which ones are going straight onto my sewing list and maybe yours. Okay, there's one pattern in this collection that literally made me gasp for joy when I saw it, and then a couple that made me screw my face up. So grab your cuppa and let's have a nosy together. Wait, it's that time again. I'm giving away 3 PDF patterns. So to enter, leave a comment telling me which was your favourite from this pattern roundup, and I'll pick 3 winners at random and send them a coupon code for sewdirect.com. There's over like 2,400 PDF patterns to pick from, and you can find all the details about the giveaway in the caption. Let's dive in. B7055 is a Palmer Plesh shirt, another classic from Palmer Plesh. They always include loads of great tutorials in their patterns, and this one has Patty Palmer's Painless Placket. Say that 10 times fast. But if you're not ready to sew a tower placket, there's like a cute split cuff option, princess seams in the front and back, option to have a full stand collar or just the stand, patch pockets. It's simple and easy to fit, and you could play around with top and edge stitching for like an elevated look. A nice little shirt. 7056 is a cowl neck blouse. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a massive fan of this silhouette at first. I was like, no, 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 no. But now I've studied the line art and I guess I like it's a bit different to, it's like a new interpretation of a blouse. I think it was the pink that was throwing me off a bit. I much prefer the black illustrated version. There's a collar and a cowl neck. It's bias cut at the front and the back, so it slips on over your head. There's no button closures or invisible zippers. And then there's a sleeveless or a cuff sleeved option. Perfect for crepe and viscose. I'm sure someone's going to make a really pretty version of that. 7057 is your classic denim fly front jean skirt with 2 lengths and then optional front patch pockets. There's a front vent, aka a seam slit, so you could actually walk without falling over, and lots of fun to be had with top stitching in contrast colours. I always love the look of like contrast top stitching. I'd probably do something fun with the back pocket stitching as well, different to the recommended stitch lines. And I suppose it doesn't actually have to be denim. It could be twill or corduroy. Corduroy is very on trend right now. 7058 is a loose-fitting jacket with extra long dolman sleeves extending straight off the body, making it a single pattern piece, and then it has a seam down the top of the sleeve. So that construction is quite beginner-friendly, as you don't have to set a sleeve into a round arm bodice. There are front welt pockets for a skill boost, but you could always leave those off, and length variations. View A has purchased frog closures, which are fun, or you could opt for View B with bias loops and self-covered buttons. Okay, 7059 is a safari jacket. It's a semi-fitted, unlined jacket. It has length variations, like a cropped hip length and then a longer line version. There's a notch collar, which is my favourite kind of collar, plus a standard button front, princess seams, and a 2-piece sleeve. Oh, I love a 2-piece sleeve. The traditional safari style expanding pleat patch pockets. You've got 4 of them positioned on the front, and obviously like a khaki or a twill would be great. It's shown here in a wool, which is lovely, but I would love to see it in suede. I know that would be so much extra work, but yeah, either way, I'm saying I like this jacket. I'm definitely going to pick it up, and I can't wait to see other people make it. 7060 is a tailored suit jacket with skirt or trousers. I don't actually need a suit in my life, but this one's pretty timeless. It's got a great little jacket, notch collar, 2-piece sleeves again, and this one has mock welt pockets, so much easier. But you could add real ones if you wanted a challenge. It's fully lined, could be a good skill booster project. The long pencil skirt has a hook and bar closure on the waistband with an invisible zipper, double darts at the front for a really great fit, and then single darts on the back, plus the hem vent so you can walk. And then there's a tapered leg trouser with slanted front pocket openings, same hook and bar closure on the waistband. They're a long trouser, they're like 2 inch below the ankle, so they're designed to be worn with heels. A cute little set. 7061, a wardrobe booster. This is my favourite from the collection. It's like a little jacket, shirt, skirt and trousers, a modern take on the shacket. Perfect for sateen or poplin. It's a boxy crop jacket with large front pockets. There's long and short sleeve options, plus a large 4-inch collar. Pair that with either a gathered midi skirt or straight leg trousers with big 4-inch hem cuffs. The trousers have a fly front and belt loops. I bet you could make a really cool pair of jeans with this pattern. I have to get it. I absolutely love this combo. Especially the one on the photo of the envelope with the short sleeved jacket, shirt with the skirt. Can you picture me in it? 7062 is a nightie. You're going to be like, what the heck is this doing in here? Well, it's because our best-selling nightie is a Butterick pattern B6838, and it has a similar silhouette, but it doesn't have a button front, so this is going to be really well received. It looks a little out of place in the collection, I know, but you've got sleeveless or long sleeves, lace trim, loose-fitting body, the full or half-button placket. What more can I say? Let's move on. 7063 is a lounge jumpsuit. So dig out your velour, your French terry, your toweling fabrics. So a lounge jumpsuit, but it has an open back held up with elastic across the upper back. And then there's an elastic waist, large patch pockets at the front, and you can go sleeveless or long sleeved. It'd be quite fun for practicing twin needle top stitching, or if you're lucky enough to own a cover stitch, you could play around with that. This isn't something I'd wear, but I really can see someone like Mimi G making a really cool version. I'm skipping the kids' patterns and I'm jumping straight to the vintage. 7070 is a vintage cape dress. This vintage Butterick's from the 1950s, and they're calling it a capelet yoked dress with V neckline. Isn't it gorgeous? It's fitted with princess seams extending into a softly gored skirt. There's an option to add lace trim and a choice of sleeves or sleeveless. So don't forget, all of our vintage authentic reproductions have the exact same instructions as they originally included, but they have additional sizes compared to the original, and then therefore they have extra cutting layouts added as well. I love that you can make this one in loads of fabric, from flannel to shantung silk, everything in between, but just not stripes or checks. It's not designed for those. 7071 is a set of vintage blouses they're calling suit blouses, which is a fun term. It has darts for shaping and grown on sleeves that extend from the body. We talked about that earlier. And this one has 4 different necklines. So view A has a sort of pussy bow. View B has swags at the neckline. View C has like a longer, lower draped collar with square ends. And then view D has that same lower draped collar with pointed ends. I'll say it again. So these vintage reproduction patterns have the exact same instructions as they had originally, but because of the extra sizes, you get extra cutting layouts included. 7072 is a jacket and waistcoat. The vintage 70s illustration is so cute. I mean, yeah, look at it. It's a lined fitted waistcoat, and then it has a U-shaped neckline and then angled shape hem. There's a front button closure, and it's fitted with princess seams, and those hilariously tiny patch pockets don't look like they'd fit anything. Then there's a fitted jacket to match. It has a fun pointed notch collar with very wide lapels, very 70s, again buttoning down the front and fitted with princess seams. But at least these patch pockets look a bit more substantial. Yeah, there's shoulder pads and back hem vents, 2-piece sleeve again. We love a 2-piece sleeve. And I'll say it one last time in case you skipped ahead. These authentic vintage patterns have exactly the same instructions as they originally included, but because we've added extra sizes to them, there's also extra cutting layouts to help you. So there you have it. That's the whole Butterick Autumn Winter collection, skipping the kids' patterns. I'm definitely picking up some of these. There's some gorgeous designs, but I'd love to know what you thought. Which ones caught your eye? Drop your favourites or your least faves in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious. If you enjoyed this first look, give it a thumbs up so I know to do more. And I already have images from the McCall's and Nomi November collections, so they're ready to review if we want to do it. And if you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss my next video. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all soon.